Hey guys, this is Omar with Eclipse Software, and I wanted to talk today about my thoughts on having freelance projects that are not like um, doing more freelance projects that are like one-off projects and not doing smaller maintenance type jobs. So something that I've listened to on Dave Miller's podcast is he talks about like not doing maintenance on clients' websites because it's not like a great way to do business. I haven't, he didn't say that much about it, but like the idea that I got was that it's better to do starting a project from the beginning, working it all the way through, and then completing it, and then moving on to something brand new, like and taking on a whole new project. Um, the feeling I got from listening to him was that that's the way to best keep turning over larger projects and keep increasing your skill set, and that makes sense to me. And not comparing that to some types of work that I do for like ongoing work that I have for my client, where I do it's like a lot of the stuff that we do is maintenance. Like we do both, me and him. We do probably it's like 50-50 right now. It's like half maintenance work and then half like big projects that are like starting from scratch, or rebuilding something. And doing the big project from scratch is definitely, they're both actually, there's a lot of learning from both of them, I would say, because even the maintenance stuff, with this client, like each thing that he brings to me is like, it's always like a problem that I don't know how to solve yet, or most of the time it is. So I feel like I'm learning in both ways. I guess it's just different kind of types of learning. Maybe like the maintenance work, like fixing problems on the existing site or something. It's more like specific issues that like specific like honed in skills that I'm getting from doing that. And then like it feels like doing bigger projects is more like broader macro kinds of skills, like estimating the whole project, and like what kind of architecture should this site have, and like the functions. How, if I'm building like a custom theme for a WooCommerce site, what is the best way to structure all the different categories for the different products and stuff. So that is like two different sides of the spectrum for like things that I've been working on. And a question that I've been wondering in my mind is like, would it be better for me to just go, like, what if I did no site maintenance work at all and just focused only on doing like one-off project, like big projects where I would do the project, turn it over, and then go on to the next one. And then it reminds me of something else that I listened to Dan Miller talk about, which was that he talks about this book called The One Thing by Gary Keller, where the point is actually that that you only work on a single thing at a time, and then you move on to the next thing. So you don't have you're not balancing multiple stuff at once, and that way, which does make a lot of sense, because then you're able to focus down on the one item that you're working on, and it's just a lot more efficient than jumping back and forth. Especially lately, I've been discovering jumping back and forth between different projects, which I have to do sometimes for working with this client that I am. It's just it can be hugely inefficient to do that. It's just your mind is totally on track when you're doing one thing, and then when you switch to something else for an hour or several hours and then come back, you're it takes me half an hour to an hour sometimes to get back into that momentum that I had when I left. So it's just a big inefficiency, it seems like. So what I that's what was I getting at here? It was just like not having to split my focus between multiple projects would be a benefit in the sense that I would be able to um, just be focusing more on one thing at a time. And it's not possible with the current setup that I have with this one client that I'm working with. He's has his own agency, and so like he sends me projects, and I'm doing like a contract for him by the hour or by a fixed price for certain projects. So sometimes something will come up and it's just like a higher level of urgency than the big project that we have going on. It's a longer deadline, so it makes sense that both of these things like need to be like you can't. It doesn't make sense to wait until the end of the big project to work on the small like urgent item that needs to be fixed on this other site. So that's like the reason for it. But it does like it causes an inefficiency, but then again, I guess like for now, until I decide whether or not I'm going to actually only do like freelance one-off projects where I do one at a time or not, then like the best thing to do, I think, which is what I was doing today, is just to like split up the time in as big chunks as possible. So like today I said, like I have to do this I have to do the big project for Green Label, this cannabis website. I have to do this project, and this is the one that like requires the most brain power and the most. This is also the one that I'm getting paid like, for a fixed price for, and not by the hour. So it's something that I have to like have all my focus on. It's like, at least in the sense that I'm gonna be losing more money personally if I'm not on point with that one, as opposed to other projects where I'm getting paid hourly. So I said I'm going to start off with that one today and just like work on that in the morning when I have the most energy, and then continue to work on that. Even like some other stuff came up, but it was not like super urgent. So I would just jump to the next highest priority thing, but it's not necessarily worth just breaking the flow to go to something because it's higher priority. It might like be, something might have like, when I say higher priority, it's like we have 3 levels of priority, and you have to kind of like gauge what the actual priority is. So like high, medium, and low. And like if you have a project that's listed as medium, that's a month-long project, but then you have like a high level project on the, that has a turnover like that should be done within a day or two. Like it doesn't mean you have to go jump on it right away. Like you can wait till the end of the day or till the next day to work on it. It's not like super urgent. So I mean, that's what I mean, is just like what I did today. Just work on the big one. Use like the most valuable part of the day, which is the morning for me. Like when I have all my brain power, and then transition over to the less important like maintenance type tasks for later in the day, and that way, like the maintenance stuff tends to be like more routine, also like monotonous sometimes stuff, so and like the bigger projects are more creative and just require like more creative thinking. So like it's something that like is better handled in the morning, I think, but can be done at night as well, of course. No problem. But yeah, I was gonna say something else. I forgot what it was. Yeah, well, I guess that's pretty much what I wanted to say about working on big projects. Another thing that would be cool about working on large projects only, instead of and not doing it, maintenance work, would be to just um, being able to just do more creative stuff. Like I said, it's just like bigger projects are more creative. That way, like they're just more fun to do. They're more like interesting problem solving and more creative, like like design of the program. So it's just like something that's more enjoyable. So in that sense, it's also would be a good idea perhaps to like think about moving into doing that exclusively. And like, I mean, since I have this like client that I'm working with, but the thing is like, as a freelancer, you can just like, you can, I mean, as long as you can go on the market and find more contracts, you know, you can negotiate with whatever clients that you're currently working with, or that you are going to work with in the future. And just like, you know, set it up the way you want it to be. So those are just my thoughts. So in summary, thinking about like, you know, what's the benefit of like doing the maintenance and the big projects versus just doing, you know, big projects. And then also the fact that big projects can be more fun and more creative. But yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.